Hi, I'm Laura Lee Potvin. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a crystal Reiki energy healer, a medical intuitive, a spiritual teacher and mentor, positive motivator, radio host, and registered nurse. And I'm here with your weekly forecast today. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 cards from Spirit. I'm going to hold them up, and I'm going to let you decide whether you want to choose card A, card B, or card C. So I'm just shuffling the cards. The deck I'm using is Daily Guidance from your with your angels from the Doreen Virtue deck. This is one of our older first decks that I've used, and I really like it for sort of, I don't know, different advice that may work for people. Now the 3 cards I'm going to pull, I will hold up. Please pick one that you feel most drawn to. Some people may feel drawn to 2 of them or 3 of them, but the one that you feel most drawn to. And this is what your message is going to be from the angels and your guides, or as I like to refer to it as Spirit. So I'm going to pull 1 card, and then we'll shuffle again. Pull a 2nd card. And by the way, the date is March 26th, and it's 2019. So this will be the forecast for the week. Something to consider to keep in mind during the week with messages from your guides and angels, like I said. So put this back in the deck. So, card A. I'm just going to hold up the back of it. See if you feel drawn to it. Card B, or card C. I'll give you a second to think about that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the message and the meaning behind one. Well, actually, the messages separately for each card. And keep in mind whether you chose A, B, or C. So for card A, we've got Go For It. It's a beautiful card. It's got an angel on a white horse, purple wings. The message on the card says, go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation, meaning Spirit, since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. Now I'm hearing with this card again, which is card A, that if you were drawn to this card, that you're also receiving a lot of guidance in the way of signs or symbols that you're seeing with repetition, whether it's the same numbers on the clock. Could have cleaned the house and all of a sudden you're finding feathers, or maybe you're hearing the lyric from a song and then you pick up a book and you're seeing the same words. Anything that's a little bit repetitive, Spirit is asking you to pay attention to it because it has meaning for you. So I hope that helps you with card A if you chose that. Now for card B, talking about life purpose. We've got this interesting older gentleman sitting there cross-legged, not quite in the lotus position, but sitting there nonetheless, and we'll see what this message says. He's also got quite a few young children, I should add, behind him, as well as he's reading something to do with knowledge I'm hearing from Spirit. So, life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. And what I'm also hearing from Spirit, if you chose card B, is to also focus upon, well, service to others, service to self. And if you followed me for a while, or you've heard me teach or do some mentoring, I always talk about how important it is for us to fill up our own cup first, because once our cup is full, then we have more to share with others. So that has to do with this. If it's something to do with maybe you're thinking about taking on a new adventure, whether that may be a course, or you're thinking about even a new book or trying something new. I'm hearing this is a good time for you to go for it. That's why that message is life purpose. And actually, card A almost has something to do with it, with going for it. And that's the way I find the angels work. Even though we're using 3 separate cards here with 3 separate messages, they're usually very well intertwined. Okay, if you were the one that chose card C that you felt you were drawn to, the message is, let your past go. There's a beautiful dark-haired angel dressed in white here. Let's see what this message has to say for you. It says, the burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Bless you, puppy. Sorry, my dogs are running around. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. And I'm already hearing from Spirit that this no longer serves you. So if there's something that you keep ruminating on, something that's happened in the past, somebody that's hurt you, somebody that's really been awful to you, or even a situation, what Spirit's saying in this scenario for you, if you were drawn to card C, is to look at the situation as a whole. If you can, even remove your heart and feelings from it, but look at it objectively. What has it taught you? What lesson has it inspired you to learn? Or maybe you haven't picked up on it yet because there's been too much emotion, maybe too much hurt involved. But looking at the whole situation, because I often teach about this, that when we're gloriously happy and, we're just, everything's going perfectly in our life, rarely is that an impetus for change. Usually when we make the biggest changes in our life and we start to grow is when we've had bad things happen, believe it or not, because you want to change the status quo. You don't want to stay in that feeling, that lower vibrational energy. So this is a time for change and for growth. And everything that happens in life, Spirit shares with us, is that it teaches us something. There's a lesson in everything we encounter, even everything that people we meet throughout the day, people we connect with. And this is what Spirit's asking you to do, to move forward. Lastly, what we hear from Spirit, and they channel this to me often, is all we really have is now. Even the fact that I said now is already in the past. We can't change the past. All we can do is take from what we've had happen to us in the past. And again, I'm going to repeat myself, but there was always something to learn, good or bad, but what we've encountered in the past. The future has not yet been written. You won't even find me doing a reading when I'm doing a reading very often, projecting about what's going to happen in the future. If I do get a message from Spirit for you, such as, maybe a suggestion in a way to move forward for the future, you will often hear me say, as it stands in this moment. And the reason why is the future has not been written. There's many, many alternative different timelines and paths that we can follow. So for example, say I was given a message from Spirit to pass along. And when I say, as it stands in this moment, Spirit can see the future, definitely, but they can see the various different timelines too. So maybe you're walking out the front door and you were gonna, in that moment I gave you that message, supposedly Spirit was gonna see you turn right and go down that path. Well, we have free will. You step out the front door, and rather than taking your usual route of turning right, you decide you're going to turn left and take a different way around, whatever that may be. So that's why it's so important to focus on the past, not to the point of focusing on the negativity, but taking the good from that and moving forward with it. I hope that that gives you some clarity. I will be doing this on a much more regular basis, and hopefully this is some information that can help you throughout your week this week. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you chose, if you found that this has come to fruition for you. If you'd like to book a full paid reading with me, I will leave all my information down below. I do psychic mediumship readings, mediumship meaning messages from past loved ones, including animals. I also do crystal Reiki energy healing, chakra work, clearing and balancing, helping you as well to find if there's any holes in your energy field or aura, helping you seal those. And with the medical intuitive, I do not diagnose, but I truly believe the human body is capable of healing itself. But because of things that we encounter, whether it may be emotionally, could be something traumatic, it could be something spiritual or energetic, that these things can tend to sort of accumulate within our bodies and cause us health issues. So that is also something I do. I usually book a series of sessions. I do things like past life readings. There's a video I've just posted recently about when I do a longer reading using an angel board. I'd love for you to look at. And I wish you well, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. And if you can, please share it with others, as well as I have a new group growing on Facebook called the Angel Rocker Tribe. I would love to have you join us. We do some lives in there. It's very educational, high vibrational. There's some stuff about the paranormal. There's all kinds of things, and it's a great group of people. But again, I'll leave all the information in the video information down below. I send you so much love and light. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you soon.